The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. On the program today, a little update from Louisville. We're going to have fans or no fans. How about the restrictions on the jockeys? We talked about some of those issues, and some of those have now been settled. Down for the Kentucky Derby, we'll talk about that here in the opening segment. On the racetrack, our national coverage features the Grade 1 Alabama. Swiss Skydiver was terrific last time out, running second to Art Collector. Was she able to handle the added distance up at Saratoga this week? Our local coverage, a starter race, very competitive at 1 mile and an 1/8. Don't see a whole lot of 9 furlong races. That's our feature this week here from Parks, and we'll also take a look at the 3-year-olds on the grass in the Saratoga Derby Invitational. That's coming up a little bit later on the show in a special feature about a backstretch worker that seems like she is headed in the right direction. We'll talk about Devin Dougherty here in just a little bit. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down on the beautiful first floor here at Parks Racing, and the man himself, Dick Girardi. And Dick, we want to talk about Louisville, which is now only 2 weeks away. Pretty much since sports has returned, we've had a trickle of fans here. We've had a couple of tracks that have allowed a couple of spectators in, but for the most part, no. But Churchill Downs is maybe going to change that in 2 weeks.
Yeah, now they have a plan to have like 23,000 people at the Derby, no infield, no walk around. You have to have a reserved seat. And it's a huge place, so I assume they're spreading them out in such a way that they can do this. But yeah, it's a really big undertaking. And there'll be people coming from not just Kentucky, obviously, they'll be coming from different parts around the country. So look, it's a little bit scary. I know they invited only a certain amount of media members, but they're trying it, and look, we all hope that they do well with it.
Well, it's all about the atmosphere, and 23,000 isn't quite 150,000, so we'll see what kind of atmosphere they generate. And Dick, there's been a lot of restrictions, and for good reason, on the jockeys. And tell us what Churchill Downs has come up with for the Derby.
Right, so what they've decided is you have to be in town right before their 5-day meet opens on August 31st. And if you're riding in New York, you have to give up the end of Saratoga. If you're riding in California, you got to give up the end of Del Mar. Well, Mike Smith's going to give up the end of Del Mar to ride Honor AP. Obviously, Manny Franco is going to give up the S to Saratoga because he's on the favorite Tis the Law. Brian Hernandez, fortunately, is a Kentucky jockey. He rides Art Collector, so he'll already be there. The Ortiz brothers are not going, even though there were mounts that they could have obviously had. So it's a decision that jocks have to take. If you're on a big choice in the Derby, you kind of got to give something up to get there. But I get why they're doing it. They have protocols. They want to make sure nothing happens. It's understandable.
Well, it'll be interesting to see who picks up some of these mounts that are going to be left open by these guys staying home. Now, Dick, when we return to racing, the idea of the slot machine money for the casino, which hadn't quite opened yet, so some of that has started to get back underway. And Dick, the numbers are really astonishingly good.
Yeah, it's really good news for the horsemen here at Parks. The July 2020 figures just came in, and when you compare them to July of 2019, Keith, they had 92% of the betting from this year to last year, which, you know, people were worried it might be only 50 or 60%. And because, as Sal DeBunda, the president of the PGHA, explained to me, they deferred some of the money that typically would go not be in the fund for purses to later in the year because they were concerned. There's actually $4 million into the purse fund for July compared to only $3.5 million last year. So hopefully that means the purses will be able to go back up here. So it's very good news for the horsemen that the slot revenue, which accounts for about 85% of the purse money here, is people came back, they wanted to play, and they are playing.
Deb, what happens to the $1 million for the Pennsylvania Derby, the $1 million for the Cotillion, the big money from the Gallant Bob, the Turf Monster? What happens to all the money from those stakes?
Yeah, I mean, I think that what happened was because they couldn't build it up over those months, Keith, that money wasn't going to be there. So between the horsemen and the racetrack, they just made the decision that that's not going to happen. That money really didn't exist because there was no buildup over the months when we were closed. So it's just unfortunate, but there's been many casualties of this pandemic, and obviously our big stakes races were 2020 or a model.
Well, Dick, I have to say the horsemen have to be thrilled that 92% was
No
that
question.
number. Absolutely. Well, Dick, let's get to our racing coverage. We start, of course, with our local race of the week. It's a starter race for $23,000 that I mentioned in the open, Dick. They're going to go 1 mile and an eighth. Kind of a neat distance, a little bit of a longer run into that first turn. We have a field of 7. Favorite starts on the outside. Number 7, Final Prospect, gets bet down to even money for trader Jamie Ness. Dick, he is versatile, he's consistent, he has excellent numbers coming into the race. No surprise, he is the favorite.
Yeah, he does. And Jamie's obviously been hot from the moment the return came back. He's winning 30% for the year. But this may be the hottest horse he has. He won by 7, won by 4 at Monmouth, so an overwhelming favorite in here.
Dick, a real head scratcher, and here's the second choice, number 4, Lovin' Me Is Easy. You get 4-1. Now, something that doesn't show up on the local program, he had been racing in the barn of Marcus Zaletta.
Yep.
Then we took the break. When he came back, he was in the barn of Jamie Ness for 2 starts. Now he's in the barn of Bob Moscow. Now, Dick, after coming back from going into the break, he was super hot. I mean, he was tremendous, winning by big margins. Hasn't picked up his feet in 2 races, and now comes back for Bobby Moscow.
Yeah, I'm not sure of all the machinations here, but yeah, I mean, last time he was 1-5 and finished a bad 4th, so obviously something had gone amiss, which is bizarre for a barn that is winning everything.
Right. Well, let's see what happens now in the barn of Bobby Moscow. Final Prospect, even money. Here's the call. Petulant Delight nears the half-mile pole, leading 3 parts of a length. Final Prospect looks eager to go on, setting second on the outside. O'Cram is still right there at the fence. Lovin' Me Is Easy gets a nudge to quicken. Now just better than 3 lengths off the lead than Diamond Setter, Terry's Charm, and the Robert. On to the far turn they go. O'Cram up on the inside to draw even with Petulant Delight. And now O'Cram has a head in front. Final Prospect is 3 wide. Still a length and a half out of it. On the inside, Lovin' Me Is Easy, try to be motivated now by Frankie Pennington. After that, it's the Robert, Diamond Setter. At the back, the trailer now, Terry's Charm. They're into the stretch, and O'Cram has the lead. Long shot, O'Cram in front with an 8 to go. Petulant Delight tries to fight on second. Lovin' Me Is Easy is now making his late run down on the inside. Final Prospect on the outside. O'Cram just in front. Lovin' Me Is Easy closing up the rail. Lovin' Me Is Easy takes the lead with 50 yards to go. Well, whatever it was that Jamie Ness wasn't able to figure out, our buddy Bobby Moscow did figure out. Lovin' Me Is Easy also got a good trip. Final Prospect did not get a particularly great trip, but he didn't fire. Lovin' Me Is Easy did with Frankie Pennington up. You get 4-1. His price had been much lower than that for quite a while here, so you get a great price, $10.20 to win. And Dick, I guess he's back.
Yeah, he's back. I mean, he won like convincingly. They weren't going very fast, right? O'Cram up in front at 29-1, holds on for second. And yeah, he had to close into a no pace and blew the field away in the end.
Winning by a length and 3/4. Dick, we're going to head to our first break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing, a special feature. Dick, Devin Dougherty starting to rack up some pretty strong credentials as she looks to get her racing career underway.
Yeah, got a great award a couple of years ago, Keith, and now she's on a journey, about to head out on a journey of a lifetime.
We'll be back with Devin after this.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing, a special feature segment this week. We mentioned Devin Dougherty coming in, and Dick, Devin works on the backstretch here, kind of does it all back there. The daughter of local writer Linda Dougherty, who we both know. But back in 2018, she won the Dolphin Industry
Newcomer of the Year award. Yeah, she got
Award.
it at the Breeders' Cup that year at Churchill Downs. Yeah, great award for a young lady who's into the game, and she's got more coming in her future here, Keith.
Yes, again, we're going to go back and take a look at the award from 2018, and then Danny Gibson catches up with her, and she's about to head to the Godolphin Flying Start program. Here's more with Devin.
My name is Devin Dougherty, and I work for Roy Houghton. My mom's a turf rider, and she works for the Blood Horse, so I was always interested in it. And then as soon as I turned 16, I got my license at the track and started hot walking and running horses for Roy.
She come around looking for a job and started off walking hots and graduated to being a groom. She's pretty damn sharp and she works awful hard. She's a really good kid. Goes to college 5 days a week, works here, makes straight A's. Pretty impressive.
Working full-time and going to school full-time is definitely challenging, but I definitely have to have good time management skills to do everything. But I usually plan my classes for the afternoon, and then so I work all morning, then go to my classes, and then come back and feed. But it's manageable. I love the horses the most because, you know, you get up every day and you enjoy their company, and you know, they're like family.
I think it's extremely hard and most people couldn't do it. And just takes a lot of ambition, a lot of desire. But she has. Well, she cares about everything, really cares about her horses. And spare no effort to do the right thing.
I'm honored because I see so many people in this business who are hardworking and dedicated and really have been making strides to further themselves in the business. So it's an honor for me to be nominated as one of the top people and the new people in the business.
Devin, you're about to venture off for the Godolphin Flying Start program, very prestigious program that you'll be traveling internationally. First of all, that's just an amazing accomplishment to be accepted in the program. Tell us how excited you are and about the adventure you're about to embark on.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm very fortunate for being accepted into this program and just really excited to start and see the world and experience racing at that level internationally.
You're going to be learning from the absolute top that racing has to offer.
I love
Is there one part of the program that really stands out and that you're most excited about?
I'm really excited to visit Newmarket and to travel and to see all that the world has to offer.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be at the top level. These trainees go on to do amazing things afterwards, and we have no doubt that you will do amazing things. So what an accomplishment. Have a safe travels and bon voyage.
Well, we certainly extend our congratulations to Devin and Dick. For all of us here on Let's Go Racing, we kind of are familiar with this Flying Start program.
Now we are. This is our good friend Trish Bowman was in it. It's hard to believe she started, I believe now it was 5 years ago, Keith.
Jeez.
Of course, she's now working down at Laurel Park in the racing office, and yeah, it's just an amazing adventure to go around the world for, I think it's like about a 1.5-year program,
right.
And seeing all these places, it's something. It's a doctorate in horse racing is what it is.
And have two local people getting involved is just great, and we've seen how well Trish has done. We wish Devin the best. Well, Dick, let's get to our national coverage, brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. Up to Saratoga, the Grade 1, Alabama. Dick, the 3-year-old filly's $1.25 miles for $500,000. Number 5, Swiss Skydiver is 6-5 for trainer Kenny McPeak. Now, Dick, she has been terrific. As you go back through her past performance line, she was dominating the 3-year-old fillies, winning 3 graded stakes in a row, and last time out, she tackled the boys in the Bluegrass Stakes.
Yeah, it's interesting that Kenny kind of changed her style. She ran closer to the pace, loosened the lead, ran a phenomenal race in the Bluegrass to be second. Art Collector is probably going to be the second choice in the Derby, and numbers just a total standout.
Dick, when you see how she has improved, her two of those 3 wins were 9-1 and 16-1. How'd that happen? Second choice here, number 2, Spice is Nice, 3-1 for trader Todd Pletcher. Todd has been super sharp up at Saratoga, winning it better than 30%. Now, Dick, against lesser company, she ran great last time out, put up a big number.
Yeah, she did put up a big number in 95, and by curling out of a Bernardini mare, you're thinking 1.25 miles should work for this filly.
Swiss Skydiver 6-5. Here's the call.
Crystal Ball leads here by a half length. Swiss Skydiver right there on the outside in second. 1.5 lengths. En Boutant is down at the rail and racing in third. Then Spice is Nice and Fire Coral heads apart. Then we come back to Bonnie South, and the trailer is Harvey's Little Goyle. Half mile in 47 4/5 seconds. Crystal Ball continues to lead here as they approach the far turn. Swiss Skydiver on the outside. Crystal Ball Leading here by a head. Swiss Skydiver now right alongside. 3/4 went in 1:12.1. Swiss Skydiver now making her move on the outside, and Harvey's Little Girl is making her move now. Here comes the gray, Harvey's Little Girl. Swiss Skydiver is the leader, in front 2.5 lengths. Harvey's Little Girl moves into second as Crystal Ball drops back at the rail. Then it is En Voutante. The mile went in 1:36.4, and they're in the stretch, and it is Swiss Skydiver, and she's opened up on the field here. Swiss Skydiver in front by a half dozen lengths. Then Harvey's Little Girl, Bonnie South, and En Voutante. And Swiss Skydiver is sailing home here in the 140th running of the Alabama.
Well, Dick, Swiss Skydiver was much the best of the Alabama. Kind of almost looked like Tiz the Law from the week before.
Yes.
Looked like could just take over whenever she wanted, and she did. She pulled away to win by 3.5. It could have been much more than that. She pays $4.30 to win. And Dick, where do you put Swiss Skydiver here in the 3-year-old filly division?
Well, she's second right now, hard to believe, but Gamine has been so dominant. Look, Swiss Skydiver has the better record. She's won more significant races, but somebody's going to have to show they can beat Gamine. What a race we have in the Kentucky Oaks. They were asking Kenny McPeak, how about the Derby? He said, no, we're going to go in the Oaks, where you got to beat Gamine and Speech, but not 15 or 17 horses. Right. Terrific race, and I think if Swiss Skydiver runs well, it sounds like Kenny's thinking about the Preakness after that, where he might take on the boys. But right now, the Oaks is going to be some race. That's going to be one great weekend. The Oaks of the Derby, 2 great races.
Well, Swiss Skydiver sure is good right now.
102 buyer.
Wow. Dick, let's take a look at the Saratoga Derby Invitational 3-year-olds on the grass at 1 mile and 3/16. The return here of number 2, Decorated Invader, 4-5 for those West Point guys coming out of the Christophe Clement barn. Dick, back-to-back Grade 2 victories. Decorated Invader certainly has the best credentials coming in here. But when you look at his numbers, they just don't dominate the field here by any means.
No, they don't. 88, 93, 91, the 3 numbers so far in 2020. Won convincingly. The question is, how far and how fast can this horse go? This is 1 mile and 3/16.
Right. Dick, number 6, Colonel Liam, the second choice, 4-1. Again, it's Todd Pletcher. Dick made 2 starts on the main track. They put him on the turf last time out, and that looks like it was a good idea.
No, it was an awesome performance. 100 buyer at 8-1 with Irad Ortiz and Pletcher. Obviously, nobody really knew what was going to happen. But when they saw it, Todd didn't hesitate. Directly to a Grade 1 without stopping.
Other contenders, number 5, Guffo, was 5-1 for Christophe Clement. And Dick, what's this? Domestic spending 7-1. Chad Brown and Irad Ortiz.
How can that
7-1?
be? Yeah, this isn't a Grade 1, but it feels like a Grade 1. It will be eventually. It's a $500,000. Chad Brown should never be 7-1 and $500,000.
Here's the call.
And it is Long Shot Gets Smoking in front here by 2. Decorated Invader sitting right behind in second. It's 2.5 lengths to Domestic Spending in third by a half length. No Word on the inside runs in fourth. And then it is Field Pass in fifth. Farther back, it's Colonel Liam, Guffo, and Bama Breeze at the back. Half mile in 47 3/5 seconds. Gets Smoking by 2. Decorated Invader just ready to pounce here. Decorated Invader just a little more than a length off the lead. The leader is Get Smoking as they go around the far turn. Decorated Invader runs in second. Domestic Spending is next in third. Field Pass up on the outside in fourth. And No Word. Colonel Liam begins to pick it up from the back of the pack. 3/4 in 1:12. And now the field is in the stretch. And it is Get Smoking. Decorated Invader is asked for more. No Word moves through down on the inside. And here's Domestic Spending on the outside along with Colonel Liam. So it's wide open here. It is Domestic Spending. Domestic Spending has the lead in deep stretch. Late run on the outside from Guffo. Domestic Spending held on.
Well, geez, Dick, 7-1 on our man Chad Brown. Domestic Spending, Irad Ortiz. Dick, you know, these two, Domestic Spending and Decorated Invader, had raced against each other the time before that. Domestic Spending was a good bit further behind.
Yep.
He couldn't catch up last time. Irad had it much closer today. A little more experience, kicks in, wins it by a head, holds off that big late surge of Guffo. 16:40 on Chad and Irad.
Yeah, I don't know when that'll ever happen again. So I know you had it, Keith, so good for you. And Decorated Invader had every chance. He got a pretty good trip. Just maybe it was a little too far. Maybe he's been racing a lot. I don't know. Maybe he's not good enough. To be determined, but he had a bad one after a whole bunch of good ones.
Dick, over the course of the years we've been here on Let's Go Racing, we've covered a number of horses that love to win.
Yes.
Well, Dick, we're going to go off to Woodbine to take a look at the Grade 3 Bold Venture Stakes and a horse named Pink Lloyd. For all those people back in the 70s that love that Pink Floyd band. Pink Lloyd, all he has done coming into the race is won 24 of 29 lifetime starts. He hasn't lost since October of 2018.
You know what this horse reminds me of, Keith? He reminds me of an artificial version of Ben's Cat. Just gives it to you every time out. Stays local, doesn't really travel. This horse doesn't travel at all.
Right.
Doesn't run anywhere but Woodbine. But what a great story. 24 of 29.
And Dick, he wins great at stakes, too.
Yes,
He's
he
not
does.
just running against chopped liver all the
20,
time.
24 wins, 1 second, 1 third. This horse doesn't play around.
Could he make it 25?
He could.
Here's the call of the Bold Venture.
Malibu Secret shows the way in the Bold Venture with on the inside, Roaring 40 slipping through now. A length and a half Dundrum, Pink Lloyd. Olympic Run of the inside, caught behind a little bit there. White Flag the outer. A Magical Man makes ground as they hit the 3/8 and out in front. Malibu Secret pressing for the lead with Roaring 40s. Pink Lloyd's drifted back to third last right now, and Olympic Runner's last. Dundrum's come to third, chasing now. Pink Lloyd called on and is running through the pack on the inside behind both Malibu Secret, who's in front with Roaring 40s. Turning, Roaring 40s the inside, headed by Malibu Secret. Pink Lloyd right behind them. Down the outside, Dundrum. Olympic Runner looking for somewhere to run. Pink Lloyd is trying to come through now. Joining in, Malibu Secret joined by Pink Lloyd and Olympic Runner coming over the top of them down the outside. Olympic Runner flying after Pink Lloyd. Pink Lloyd's got the lead on the inside. Olympic Runner lunging late. Pink Lloyd has done it.
Well, Dick, it was not the easiest of victories. Pink Lloyd on the turn kind of fell back a little bit. You know, hey, wait a minute. But now he starts to come on, and when he did come on, suddenly had nowhere to go. And then from what it looked like on the video, there wasn't much room to get through between horses. But he came on to get the lead, then held on to win it by a neck. He's now 25 for 30. Pays $3.20 to win. Dick, just an amazing horse.
Yeah, he's won $1.5 million, and I'm not really familiar with trainer Robert Tiller, but you gotta love an 8-year-old that's run 30 times that he just knows what the horse wants to do, and he just keeps giving him a chance to do it. And yes, the horse that just knows where the finish line is. Again, very similar to the great Ben's Cat. That's who it reminds me of, and what a great continuing story in Canada.
Well, Dick, somebody up at Woodbine has to put together the dark side of the moon stakes here and get Pink Lloyd in there.
Absolutely.
Let's go
1 to 5.
We get to our next break. Our jockey and trainer of the week, much more. We'll be right back after this.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner low mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free Carfax report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing Jockey and Trainer of the Week, brought to you by the Turning for Home program. Log on to their website at turningforhome.org and get involved with the industry's best retirement program. Again, turningforhome.org. Dick, our Jockey of the Week, he has had doubles in 4 of the last 5 race days. That's our man Frankie Pennington. He's got a lot of catching up to do.
He does, but he is hot.
4 of 5 with doubles. And Dick, co-trainers of the week, a couple of guys that were slow to get started after the break, but Lupe Guerrero and Bobby Moscow get our nods as our 2 trainers of the week. So hope those guys continue with their good work. Let's get to race recap now. Race recap brought to you by Pewter Stable. Log on to their website at pewterstable.com. Back up to Saratoga. We have the Saratoga Derby Invitational. Here's the Oaks Invitational from Sunday. This is the 3-year-old fillies. Dick, number 2, Enola Gay is the 3-2 favorite. But how about number 3, Antoinette for trainer Bill Mott? Dick, they ran her a couple of times here, and she just would not give it up.
Yeah, how many times do we see this horse get loose on the lead and slow fractions and these long turf races that everybody says, well, they'll catch them. And they never do. Antoinette goes all the way.
Johnny Velasquez on board 5-1. You get $12 to win. And to Monmouth Park for 3-year-olds in the Pegasus, $150,000 for 1 mile and 1/16. Steve Asmussen saddles the big favorite, number 5, Pneumatic, at 4-5. I think Steve hoped that Pneumatic would be in that top flight of 3-year-olds, just not quite there yet, but puts in his best performance here in the Pegasus.
He does, and this is the 6 Arcan who's been in front from the start. This is a Parks horse, Shadwell Stable. Our man Mike Pino was just on with us last week, and this horse had run 2 very good races. You called the first one here, Keith, but Pneumatic's going to roll by here in the stretch, win by a couple of lengths, get a 99 by our career top. And Steve Asmussen said afterwards, off to the Preakness for Pneumatic.
$3.60 to win on Pneumatic. Well, Ion Racing, Dick Delmar, the Big Day 5 graded stakes, and it is topped by the Grade 1 Pacific Classic.
Yeah, and Maximum Security is in, and Baffert is saying he wasn't all the way there for the comeback race. Well, this is not a great field, Keith, but I want to see more than I saw in the comeback race from Maximum Security. That was not the same pop we saw last year.
And of course, Saratoga, all they have too is a couple of Grade 1s on the turf over the weekend. The 4-star David a mile and the Grade 1 Diana on Sunday. We're going to wrap it up. News and notes. Stay with us. Be right back after this.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. Pewter Stable is working hard, looking for the very best runners at all the top sales, and we do claiming partnerships as well. No markup, no management fees, makes our partnerships unique and affordable. Training services also provided for individual owners. Give us a call and see what Pewter Stable is all about. The thrill and fun of thoroughbred racehorse ownership is easier than you think. We are Pewter Stable.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs. And billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back, everyone, to Park Space here for Let's Go Racing. Going to wrap it up here with news and notes brought to you by the Granny Fund. Get involved with that continued education with our folks on the backstretch. Do it with the Granny Fund. Bruce Caselli, Dick Girardi, Keith Jones. Dick, we talked about the fans at Churchill Downs. Well, Kentucky Downs is, last time I looked, in the same state. They're not going to allow fans at Kentucky Downs.
Yeah, they're down on the border with Tennessee, and I guess they're having a bigger problem down there, so they said no fans at their upcoming meet. And we sure hope that the Louisville area is going to be okay, because you hate to see people that are making plans to come to Kentucky and already in Kentucky to go to the Derby not have that chance.
Dick, I guess there's always a chance that the guys at Churchill Downs could pull the plug, right?
Yeah, they'll run the race. They just may not be able to have spectators. Right now, the plan is to have them.
We'll come out again, enjoy live racing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday here with the 12:55 post, and of course, simulcast racing each and every day. And we'll see you right here next week on Let's Go Racing.